Welcome to the CATEX 2017 virtual exercise. This exercise is being planned by a number of organizations, including the All Hazards Consortium, the Multi-State Fleet Response Working Group, the East Coast Corridor Coalition, DHS Infrastructure Protection, and a number of other public and private sector organizations. Since 2013, CATEX is enhancing multi-state disaster and security response coordination and sensitive information sharing between government and industry. So what is CATEX? CATEX is a virtual exercise designed to expedite power and supply chain restoration following regional disasters. Its main focus is to reduce delays that the private sector experiences as it crosses state borders and the Canadian-U.S. border. CATEX engages government, industry, trade groups, advisory groups, nonprofits, and a number of organizations that have been working together within the Multi-State Fleet Response Working Group since 2010. What does CATEX focus on? Enhancing situational awareness and decision-making. The whole point of this is to develop a unity of effort by creating a regional common operating picture through some innovative technology and processes that expand the sharing of sensitive operational information during regional events. The main outcomes have been focusing on reducing delays in private sector fleet movement for any sector, electric primarily, but it also impacts food and fuel and transportation and a number of other sectors, which saves time and saves lives. It also is expediting decision-making through better, more organized and reliable data, apps and tools and so forth. What does that do? It speeds the response effort dramatically. And third, it increases regional coordination and communication between multiple organizations, public and private. Why is that important? It makes our communities more resilient. When government and industry can work together, share information faster, things move quicker, as has been evidenced over the last several years. So what are the objectives of CATEX? Primarily, it is focused on testing and evaluating those items on the right side of this information graphic. The virtual exercise process. Virtual education and training that's set up in microbytes so that nobody has to read or watch long videos or read long documents or things like that. We're testing an identity vetting process, which we'll talk about in a minute. We're enhancing situational awareness through some unique technology we've been working on with our federal and commercial partners. We're improving a regional common operating picture in order to get everyone on the same page at the same time on a few things, not everything, but on a few things. And lastly, we're testing some disaster response apps that have been developed, with a number of other ones being developed in order to expedite decision making and make certain decisions that are commonplace, get those down to 30-second, boom, 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 very quick. So why should you participate? Well, first, you're going to learn how sensitive information is being shared already between the private sector and government, and provide some input into how to improve that and make it better and participate in it if you choose to do so in the future. Next, you're going to get to practice the actual process and the tools that are being used during these regional emergencies and disasters now when the electric sector activates the Fleet Response Working Group. There'll be other activations in the future, but you'll get a chance to use them in real-world situations, not just in this exercise. Next, you're going to get a chance to see and use some of the latest disaster-related apps and tools that have been developed. Next, we want to be able to get your recommendations for improvements and new solutions. The more people that participate here, the broader the reach we have, the better perspective we have on the processes, and we can improve this as we go forward. And lastly, you're going to experience a new way to conduct a virtual exercise. The technology being used in CATEX 2017 is new and innovative, and we believe it's going to revolutionize how people can do simple, fast, effective exercises on any type of process or tool or policy in the future. So what are the prerequisites for you to participate? First, register for the exercise. As soon as you do that, you're going to get access to a couple of training videos and teach you how to actually go and open your SICE account. We want you to open that now and get a chance to play with it. Then we'll have some other videos in the future that'll give you some acclimation to certain products we're going to test, so you get a background on how each one of these work and the environment they work on. But we're going to immerse you right into the dashboard, right into the environment of the SICE weeks ahead of this time, so you can kind of experience that and provide feedback. You'll get 4 short read-ahead emails in the future that'll do a little more explaining on the process and the scenarios we're looking at. And the exercise, of course, will start on June 20 at 11 a.m. We'll have a conference call, there'll be an email out, and we'll have a website that'll be running as well as a conference bridge and a webinar will be running throughout the whole 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. to provide feedback, answer questions, and things like that, which is not typical during an exercise, but we do it because we have a lot of people that are freshmen to the process and they just need some help. We want to have live standby help desk available to them anytime they need it. So let me summarize again the player experience. CATEX will provide you access to the SICE, the Sensitive Information Sharing Framework. You're going to test a new identity vetting and validation process. You're going to get access to this app store and get a chance to play around with some of the apps. We're going to focus on 3 of them, but you'll get a chance to play with some of those as you get in there. We'll get directly involved with the Regional Common Operating Picture app, which is our daily disaster dashboard. We'll utilize and test the Storm Central website app, and then we'll test the Road Central app, gather feedback along the way, and the whole thing shouldn't take very long. For players that are not available that day, they can still play. Even though we start at 11 a.m., people can start anytime they want, really after 11 a.m. They can play as fast, as slow as they want. Some last year took several days to play because they were on travel, and that's okay. So if you're not available that day on June 20, you can play and participate and provide feedback over the next week or 2 weeks if you want. That's what's nice about this is we want your feedback, even though you're not available during the play time. You can provide and participate just as fully as you would with that. You just won't have the help desk at that point. So what are your next steps? Right on this page, you'll see a little area for you to put in your name, your email address, and hit register. So as soon as you register, you'll be taken to the next step, which will provide you a little more information. We hope you'll consider participating this year, and we'll see you on the other side.